We all have experienced difficult situations in our lives. Experiences that may have broken our hearts into pieces. Maybe we have decided to forget and to hide from our memories those situations in an effort to heal and move on. But sometimes we might not realize that we are not completely healed. Like a car crash, a car can be repaired. The repainting can hide the evidence of the crash to the eyes, but the repaired broken pieces are still there, hidden below the painting. Job, during his time of trial and desperation, said, "My spirit has been broken. My days have been extinguished. Burial sites are for me." While facing difficult times, King David said, "Reproach has broken my heart, and I am sick. I looked for sympathy, but there was none, and for comforters, but I found none." And Shlomo, in all his wisdom, also said, "The spirit of man sustains him in sickness, but who does bear a broken spirit?" We may continue facing difficult situations throughout our lifetime. Sorrow, sadness, desperation. Every day has its own evil, YaHuWaH said. But there is hope in the midst of every storm. The scripture says, YaHuWaH is near to the brokenhearted and saves those whose spirit is crushed. The slaughtering of Elohim are a broken spirit, a heart broken and crushed. O Elohim, this you do not despise. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. YaHuWaH wants to heal us, not only to heal our bodies, but also our hearts, mind, and emotions. He wants to release us from bonds and traumas from the past, to give us freedom, and He appointed one man to do that, YaHuWaH. The Spirit of the Master YaHuWaH is upon me, because YaHuWaH has anointed me to bring good news to the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim release to the captives, and the opening of the prison to those who are bound. But what if that hope we have in the healing from YaHuWaH requires a change of mindset from our part? What if, instead of hiding the scars of past wounds, we just need to do the opposite, to have them visible as remembrance of something beautiful and powerful? We must see those scars to remember how YaHuWaH has lifted us up from the ground and has made us one piece again, to remember how He has restored and beautified us to continue living and fulfilling our purpose. It is up to us to decide if we will continue trapped by bringing to our memories this moment, or to be free by remembering the healing power and abundant love of YaHuWaH with these memories. The scriptures says, "And you should remember that you were a slave in the land of Mizraim, and that YaHuWaH your Elohim brought you out from there by a strong hand and by an outstretched arm. And you shall remember that YaHuWaH your Elohim led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you, prove you, to know what is in your heart, whether you guard His commands or not. We must remember YaHuWaH and His great love for us. We must bring to our memories all the mighty work He has done in our lives, remembering how He has restored us and how He has saved us. If we decide to remember YaHuWaH, we have an even greater promise. Even though, for a little while, if need be, you have been grieved by manifold trials, in order that the proving of your belief, much more precious than gold that perishes, and proven by fire, might be found to result in praise and respect and esteem at the revelation of Yahushua Messiah. If we choose to remember YaHuWaH, He has promised to renew us completely, removing all scars and make us once again as a newborn vessel. Trials will always come to our door, but we must count it with all joy when we fall into various trials, knowing that the proving of our belief works endurance, and Yahushua calls us to endure until the end, because those who endure till the end will be saved. YaHuWaH will change our sorrow into joy by even using the brokenness of our hearts to fulfill His promise of changing our hearts of stone into a heart of flesh, because by splitting the rock of our hearts, He will allow the rivers of living waters of His Ruach HaKodesh to burst from our inward parts. Join us in deciding to remember YaHuWaH and to be grateful for the freedom, healing, and restoration brought by the hand of Yahushua, for His marvelous work of changing our hearts to allow His Ruach to spring forth within us, and for His promise of a complete renovation of our lives and bodies, soon to be manifested in the world. Let's remember YaHuWaH.